Hello there, this is Igor Ridjinovich from hdhead.com, and we'll talk about matte protected color correction in Avid DS. This is a clumsy name for something that's actually very easy to understand once you see what it does. So let's see. Here's our old guy in the fishing boat, but what if we wanted to make the sky more dramatic? Well, before and after. And if I play that back, so how is something like that achieved? You can see on this clip there are two clip effects, a blue matte effect and a green color corrector. If you look at what the matte effect does, it has an articulated matte isolating the sky from the person in the boat, and it's swaying back and forth with the movement of the boat. The color corrector takes this matte into consideration when changing the color of the sky, so it affects only the sky and not the area in the middle that's black in the matte. Some clients refer to this as power windows, which I believe is a trademark. Actually, what you can do with this process is more flexible than what you could do with power windows. And let me show you how this is built. Here's a clip that has no effect on it at all. We'll select the clip, go to Video Effects, load matte, and position ourselves on the first frame of this clip. Size this window down a little bit so I can see the edges, and I will draw a sort of rough outline of this person in the boat. Edit shapes. I'm just going to pull some of these shapes out a little bit. I mean, you can be as precise as you want, but since the edges will be blurred, you don't have to be overly precise. And the whole point is that in a color correction session this shouldn't take too long. I will pull these points down here. Okay. At any time you can hit F12 on the keyboard and enlarge this window so you can see what is going on in there. I will select the shape, and while the shape is selected, go to Tracker tab, and we'll use a 2-point tracker so we can track rotation of this boat. This basket is a pretty good tracking source because it's not occluded by anything in the front, and we'll just track this. As you can see, the yellow bounding box is swaying with the horizon. Okay, I'll hit F12 again and Z and X and click to resize this. Let's see what our matte looks like. That's simply done by selecting the matte effect, right-clicking on it, and choosing Open Viewer. In this viewer, we'll right-click on the alpha button, select Viewer Alpha Full, and click one more time on it. And this is our alpha. As you can see, it's a very crude shape, but once we blur this shape, it really won't matter in the end. So I will go back to Shapes. This shape is still selected. I'll turn anti-aliasing off because we don't really need it once the shape is blurred. So, enable blur, and probably a blur close to 100 will work well. All the white areas will be replaced or will be affected by the color corrector. So select the clip, go to the color corrector, and do as you please with this thing. Now you can see I'm actually changing everything. Our matte is not working. Well, the reason it's not working is we have to enable it here by clicking on the masking tab and selecting alpha. So now anything we do is isolated by the shape that we've created. So we'll do this, give it more saturation, and colorize it a little. There's still a halo around the guy, which is a function of the amount of blur. So with less blur, the edge will be sharper, but as we blur more, we'll lose the halo, but we're also affecting the person too. So it's a fine line, and you have to find whatever works for you. So go back to the editing, step through this thing, and it's pretty simple. Instead of color corrector, you can use pretty much any effect. All DS effects can be applied taking alpha into consideration. So for example, if I select the clip, go to Video Effects, select Blur, for example, and do 100Y radius, go to Masking tab, enable alpha, As you can see, I'm only blurring everything but the person, and the tracking of the matte still works. If you control click these two effects and right mouse click, you can choose effects to tree, and this will create a single effect that you can save through effects properties and use not only in this shot but any shots in the future, so you can make your custom matte protected color correction effect. And if you are feeling lazy to build it, you can also download that from hdhead.com.